Hello again. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to do a quick inspection of my honey producer. This hive has 3 deeps and 1 honey super. This is one of my 2 original hives that are from a little over a year ago. They both overwintered. The third one died, but you know, that's 1/3 loss, and a lot of people love to have just that little bit of a loss. But we're going to do a quick inspection just to make sure everything's still going good, see how they're doing on space. It's June the 27th. It's about 10:30 in the morning. It's about 80 degrees. And we're just hoping that they've put some honey up in this top box. I have an inner cover on this one, which is not usual for me, but I did it for a little space between the top cover and the rest of the box to see if it helped cool. And they seem to like it. They're not collecting on the front of the box near as bad as they used to be. And that means they also propolize this and not the top cover. So it's kind of a win-win. But we'll see how they're doing here and here. And some smoke. 3. I do have 10 frames in this box. I thought I only had 9, but I have 10. I just put this on about a week ago. Look in there. Nothing on that side of the box. Frame. Not a surprise. Yep. Very little, but some activity. Yeah, 3rd frame over. They're going to town. It's probably half built out on one side. It's half built on the other side, and they've got nectar in it. So they definitely needed the box. This next frame is the one I love. It's a really old frame that was scraped out and put in here. It's a medium frame. It was black, and now look at all this new nectar, new honey, wax on there. And it's completely packed with honey. So that's great. That is great. There's none capped yet, but this is a week. These squirrels needed the space. Now from the last inspection, the top deep is full of honey, mostly capped. This deep is probably a normal 50-50 mixture of capped and brood. Yeah, see this, every square that they have built out has honey on it, nectar. Now this box has not been fed at all. So if I can, I know I'm going to get 1 deep of honey off of it. No, well, barely touching that one. I saw a couple of squares that were. Yeah, they're building out at the top of that one. Here's another one of my dark scraped off medium frames. It's completely full of nectar. Both sides are built out really well, and they've packed it completely with nectar. All the way up to the boards. So if they'll cap it, I got honey. I'm not worried because, like I said, the deep below it's completely packed. They're building out on this one. The last one over's got nothing on it as expected. So they are in the top box. And I'm going to move these around a little bit because the more frames I get built out, the better off I am for those frames that are, for those hives that are struggling. If you can put in built out comb, then they don't have to spend as much nectar and energy to build out comb. So after harvesting honey this year, I'm going to at least have a few medium frames. Unfortunately, not many. But I'm going to have a lot more deeps because I will overwinter these with 2 deeps on all of my boxes. I probably don't need to, as warm as it is here in Arkansas, but that's kind of what the person that taught me does. Pretty much everything's 2 deeps. Then you can go into winter with a really high population, and usually you'll have 1/3 of every frame in the box will have honey and pollen around the edges, so they've got plenty of food. Like I said, this deep they aren't cooperating. All right, this frame is partially capped. This side is mostly capped, but it's all nectar. And it made them mad when I pulled that board out, as it always does when you pull honey out. They get kind of defensive over that honey. But you usually end up crushing some bees, and that sends off the alarm pheromones. Oh, that one's completely capped on both sides. I can barely lift it. That's going to be my problem when I set this off. I can't lift the entire box. There's no way. So what I'll do is I'll take another deep box and I'll pull frames out one at a time, set them off in the other deep. Yeah, it's half of it capped. They're capping a lot more. This side's entirely capped. And if I remember right, this whole box is pretty much the same way. I'm just going to kind of peek in here for the rest of them. All right, I'm going to pull this one out because it doesn't look like it's 100% capped honey. Nope, that's what I thought. But that's okay because I like seeing brood. All right, this frame, honey around the side, got some capped in the middle, and larva that's about to be capped all the way around it. This side is 100% nectar. I'll take that back. There's also larvae in the bottom. And that was the reason why I got 3 deeps on here, because I can't. My queen keeps coming up here and laying. But I'm okay with it. All right, next new frame over. All nectar. Same on this side. This side's got capped. The other side is completely built out and full, but not capped. So right now we've got half a frame of brood and a whole bunch of nectar. I can tell that one's capped. It's heavy. Well, one side's capped. They're beginning to cap it. The other side's completely capped. All right. That one's capped completely. Capped. Capped. All right. So we got 10 frames. We got one side of those 10, one of those 10 frames that has brood on it. So this is basically almost 10 frames of honey. Deep frames. Alrighty. And since I've already seen brood, I know the queen's in there laying. There's larvae. I have no reason to go any further. We're just going to close it up there. We could possibly get this medium super filled by the end of the season and capped. But regardless, no, I've got one deep. Not a real big honey harvest, but you also have to remember that I started in June of last year. I had no comb built out to speak of, so most of this year they spent building out comb. And that's what you can expect them to do the first year. All right. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time.